unbelievable. But I wanted to let you know this is a workshop production. It's a production in process. So it'll be suggestions of set pieces, suggestions of costumes, and whatnot. And it will be continually developing. So this is kind of exciting that this project started a year ago in November with a reading, and now it's a production at the Little Theater.
That means it's my time.
Yeah, that's right.
Accustomed as I am to having it. I'd like to thank the Center for the Arts for allowing us to use this wonderful facility. I'd like to thank, let's see, we've got Bob Johns up there, Dave Goodman, and Sue Hearn is backstage. Thank them for their wonderful help. And, all the volunteers who have been so kind to us to seat you and take care of all the in-house stuff.
For the volunteers.
This is a work in progress, and we would welcome any comments you might have, any opinions, good, bad, or indifferent. This is not in stone, and we would like to see whether or not it's worth moving on and working further on. And you would be our litmus test, our sounding board. Thank you for coming.
So I wonder how many people have had an idea, ooh, that would make a good play, or that would make a good musical, or I should do that someday. I think we've all been there. And thanks to Molly, she has three things that make Molly Molly, and it's called consistence, insistence, and persistence. And I think that's it, part of it. A person who gets something done, and that's what you need, those three words, those instances. And Molly's done a beautiful job of propelling this thing forward. And I hope that you are aware that not every town can support that kind of an activity. So I want to thank again the Center for the Arts, but also the people who built this place and the people who support this place and the town that supports this, because think of it, I know I've been all over the state performing and all over the country last year performing and conducting, and boy, you guys, I don't know if anybody's told you this, you got it really good. The next time that envelope comes in, it doesn't happen by magic. It happens by committed, insistent, persistent people who see the value in allowing artists to come in and play in the sandbox. And you may not like the way the sand was thrown around, but it's an opportunity that many towns don't have. So thanks for supporting it. Let's get on with the show.
No more frost, frosting's off the mill pond. Gonna be a real fine day.
Off we go, gonna do some dancing, gonna be a christening.
All our friends are meeting in the valley at my farm on Jarvis Stone.
Come on, boys, we oughtn't dilly-dally, just might be some kissing.
I'm seeing a man on the brink, a man to seduce, a man to hoodwink. I'm seeking a man on the edge of despair, a man who knows right from wrong, but can no longer care. and is always in need. I can help such a man, I can make him a king. Of all he surveys, I can help him to take wings. My name is Scratch. I'm a man who makes matches. I match men in their dreams, then make them come true. It's true, I do. I make dreams come true. If it's wealth and fame that you wish, I'll be your passepartout. It's devilish how I grant your wish. I'm seeking a man whose soul heart is greed, a man who'll do anything just to succeed. You know, such a man, like the ones in my book, who'll sell their souls for success by hook or by crook. I'm seeking a man I've come here to find. His name's Jabez Stone, and his soul will be. Excuse me, sir. Might you be Daniel Webster?
Well, yes, I am, and who might you be?
And you can call me Scratch. I voted for you more times than I can count, and never regretted it once. My card.
Well, how kind of you to say so, Mr. Scratch.
Not at all. This country needs men like you. You should be president.
Oh, no, I'm perfectly content to represent the people of Massachusetts.
I have friends that would raise a king's ransom just to see you in the White House.
Oh, that's mighty tempting, Mr. Scratch.
You might say temptation is my business.
Well, if I'm ever tempted, I will contact you.
You would do that. Going to the christening at the farm of Jabez Stone?
Well, yes, I am. Are you?
No, I don't put much stock into those things.
Oh, you don't, do you? Well then, good day to you, Mr. Scratch.
Good day, Mr. President. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
Senator is just fine for Daniel Webster. Now, good day, sir.
Good day, Mr. Webster. Give my best to Jabez Stone.
I will.
Getting in my hand like that, a little box here, would be the highlight of my career. I wouldn't put him in here with everyone else. Build a separate box just for him. But first things first, I'm seeking a man I've come here to find. His name's Jabez Stone, and his soul will be
Hello, Mary. Hello. And you must be Mother Stone.
My friends call me Mama, Mr. Webster.
Well, I will too, Mama, and you can call me Dad. And you must be Jabez, the proud Papa.
Yes, Mr. Webster?
Oh, call me Daniel. What? Mary's father was one of my closest friends. Why, I'm practically family, isn't that right, Mary?
It's true. I used to call you Uncle Daniel. And in fact, I still wear the locket that you gave me when I was 7, Uncle Daniel.
Oh, yes, but you're not a 7-year-old girl anymore, Mary. You're a wife and a mother. From now on, you call me Daniel, not Uncle Daniel.
Oh, I will, Daniel.
What's wrong, Jabez? You look so somber. And this is a joyous occasion.
Well, he's always very serious, but give him time. He'll cheer up, won't you?
Yes, dear. Thank you for coming all this way to be our son's godfather.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. Now, where is that young man?
Here he is, Daniel. Meet your namesake, Daniel John Stone.
Well, hello, Daniel John Stone. Well, let's get you baptized, boy, before the devil comes and tries to snatch you up. Come on, Reverend. You got the Lord's work to do.
Jabez, wait. What's the matter with you?
No, come on, let's go.
Now, Jabez, don't you hold on 1 minute. I know something's weighing on your heart. Come on, out with it. Tell the truth and shame the devil.
We're broke, Mary. We got no business having a party and celebrating like this.
We're always broke, Jabez.
This time we're really broke. The mortgage is due tomorrow, and we don't have the money to pay Miser Stevens.
Well, you've always found some way to work it out with him before.
I don't have one this time. He says if we don't pay the mortgage by tomorrow, he'll seize the farm and put us out on the road.
Can he do that?
He can, and he will.
So that's why you have a heavy heart.
How can I be light of heart when tomorrow we could be homeless?
Jabez, why didn't you tell me? We were in such a mess.
I didn't want to worry you. I thought I could find a way out. Again. But we're running out of time.
All right, we've always had money problems, but you always come up with something. That's one of the things that I love about you. You always figure out some way to save us.
Sorry, I don't have one this time.
Hush. We'll pray together, like we always do, that we'll find a way.
Mary, I can't pray. I don't believe in prayer anymore.
Don't you talk like that. The devil will tempt you in your time of weakness.
I'd welcome the devil if he paid the mortgage by tomorrow.
We don't need the devil, we need a miracle.
I don't believe in miracles either.
Do you believe in me?
You know I do.
Well, I believe in miracles. They're all around, you just don't see them.
Guess I don't see him.
Don't you think that our baby boy is a miracle?
I suppose.
Well, that's a start. Because if you can believe in miracles, then you can believe that things are going to get better. Because I do.
How can you?
I don't know. Everything feels different today. Maybe it's our son's christening. Or maybe it is the change in the weather that's going to bring a change in our luck.
Oh, Mary.
The thing is, you have got to believe that we can prosper. Because I do. Oh, I feel like I'm rolling in clover. Like our dreams will all finally come true. Can't help feeling I'm lucky all over. And that luck it all started with you.
Love, I wish I could feel the way you do. Wish I too had your power to dream. But our luck has run out, it's all over. And things are much worse than they seem.
Love, I know that I'm not just a dreamer. There's so much more you're meant to be. With some luck and a leg up from someone, one day you'll be rich as can be.
I'm just a poor humble farmer, and a humble and poor farmer I'll stay. But for you, your love and desire, I'll make it go this farm one fine day. Then we'll both feel like rolling clover, and our dreams will finally come true. And we'll both feel lucky all over with our love that our started with you.
Well, if your parents won't come to your christening, we'll bring the christening to them. Reverend, are you ready?
I am.
Good. Then before we proceed, let me just say that we are blessed by the blessing of this child. Let us pray together and welcome him into the Lord's fold. Reverend?
Thank you, Mr. Webster. Do you, Daniel John Stone, renounce Satan and all his pomps and all his powers, and pledge yourself to the Lord God Almighty forever?
He does.
Then I baptize you in the name of the Father, Son, of Holy Spirit.
Amen! Now, as the boys' godfather, I propose that we all adjourn to the George Washington Inn, where I will buy all the food and Medford rum you can drink in his honor.
Mr. Webster, you don't have to do that.
But I want to, Jabez.
It doesn't seem fit.
Oh, Jabez, don't argue with Mr. Webster. It's wonderful of him to offer.
Wonderful and fitting. Well, consider it a Christmas or christening present, Jabez. Now, come on, folks. I'm developing a mighty big thirst standing here in the barnyard dust. Let's go!
Isn't that kind, Mr. Webster?
I suppose. But it's embarrassing.
What is?
We don't have the mortgage money, and we're eating and drinking at the inn. We're not freeloaders.
Jabez, it would be rude not to accept such a generous offer from a friend. We'll just have to be guests of our guest.
But it's our baby's christening, and we can't afford this kind of thing.
Well, aren't you gonna go?
Yeah, I'm going. First, I'm going to grab a couple of bags of seed to bring into town. See if old Miser Stevens will take them for the mortgage.
You did it again. You wonderful man.
Did what?
You came up with a way to save us. I love how you always think of something.
To be honest, I wish I could stop thinking and just get lucky.
You are lucky, Jabez. You are lucky with what you have. You're so impatient. But you remember, out of difficulties grow miracles.
You and your Bible and poetry quotes.
Well, you just remember that one. And soon you are going to be rolling in clover.
Yeah, I remember. Now get on with you.
Come on, Mama. Let's go before they run out of Medford rum.
Now, you better come to that inn and don't you be rude.
Yes, Mama. I'll be there in no
You
time.
better be. Medford rum? I don't want any Medford rum. That is the elixir of the devil.
Well, damnation. You don't beat off. It's like you did that for spite. Oh! Oh! Ain't I do nothing right? Oh! Damn it all to hell. Oh, damn it. Now, how the hell am I going to pay for it? Ain't nobody going to take seed like this. For 2 cents, I'd sell my soul to the devil. Who's there? Did nobody hear me say that? I didn't really mean it.
Yes, you did.
Who's there? It's me, Scratch, neighbor Stone.
You're no neighbor of mine.
Well, that's true. I'm from the other side of the mountain, but we're all good New Hampshire folk and neighbors, aren't we?
I suppose. What brings you here?
Why, you do job as Stone.
Me? What are you selling?
I make dreams come true. What's your dream? Come now, tell me. I can't make it come true if I don't know what it is.
Look, I am just a poor dirt farmer, and I can't buy what you're selling.
Poor dirt farmer. No. You're a bright, hard-working, ambitious young man who's just had a run of bad luck. Am I not right?
Well, sure. If I had the money, I could make this the best damn farm in New England.
Then why don't you do just that?
Is that real gold?
Yes. And I get all you want.
How?
Ever heard of the Hessian gold train?
Sure. They say the British sent a wagon full of gold through these parts to pay the Hessians during the war. They say it disappeared somewhere around here. They say right on this very farm. I can tell you that is so.
You doubt me? Look here.
God almighty.
Believe me, God had nothing to do with it. Now, would you like to be rich?
Oh, sure, wouldn't you?
Well, I am rich. It's you we're talking about. How badly would you like to be rich?
I'd love to be rich, but not the simple kind of rich. God hates the greedy and the covetous.
Oh, I'm sure God will welcome you having money, and I can make it happen for you. What do you say?
I don't know. I wouldn't do nothing illegal.
I assure you, everything I do is legal and proper. Ask me.
Well, you don't even know me. Why do you want to make me rich?
Because I see in you a young man of great potential. He just needs a fresh start to become one of the most wealthy, important men of all time.
Me? You must be crazy, mister.
I can see where you'd be skeptical, but my occupation, my mission, you might say, is to use the wealth and power at my disposal to cultivate souls on the road to perdition.
Where the hell is perdition?
Did I say perdition? Perfection. The road to perfection.
Well, what do I have to do to get on this road to perfection?
You just sign a simple contract.
What kind of simple contract?
One that states if I give you the means to be wealthy, you'll give me something in return. Something that tells me you just won't fritter away the money. Some kind of collateral.
But I'm broke.
That is a problem, isn't it? Well, you keep this coin, and I'll be on my way.
Hold on. Surely I must own something you'd be willing to take.
Since you mention it, I might be interested in giving you 7 years of untold wealth in return for something.
What about some seed? Or maybe a land?
I have no use for such things. Let's see.
Broken wagon?
Let's see. Something you can afford. Something of no real value. Say, your soul.
My soul? I can't give you my soul.
Not like you're really using it. You can't see it or feel it. You can't even prove it exists, can you?
No, but Deacon Johnson says... it's
What
really-
good is a soul anyway? At least it gives you collateral.
I don't know. I shouldn't be talking to you like this. This is just wrong. It says in John, no, Matthew, man cannot serve God and wealth.
And Luke says, do not extort money from anyone by false threats or accusations. Be satisfied with your wages. So, if you're satisfied with your lot, neighbor Stone, I won't tempt or force you to do anything you don't want to do, and I'll be on my way.
Wait. I didn't mean to insult you.
A man made me that kind of offer, I'd be asking where to sign.
Why does it have to be my soul?
I said put up your soul, so you have something to seal the bargain with. You're broke.
Do you have a contract or something I gotta deal with?
Yes. We won't get lawyers involved in this case. You signed the standard year 7 contract, and we can get started.
No, I think we should get a lawyer involved.
No lawyers! What do we need a lawyer for? Let's find a way to pay both Peter and Paul and ease that hurt in your gut right now. You sign my standard 7-year contract, and you get fabulous wealth. Or you'll be rolling in clover.
What did you say?
Rolling in clover. Greenbacks. Covered in guilt.
Would I really be that rich?
Fabulously wealthy.
You mean I could walk through town with my head held high and not avoid the people I owe money to?
Yes. And if you think about it, it's a small price to pay.
Yes, a small price.
It's a small price. Small price to pay, sir, for the world and all its gold. For such a pittance, what a trifle. Just sign here for wealth untold. You're having change of heart, whoever could I be? I was sent to set you free.
Free from what?
Free from want and free from pain. Just think you'll have all the glory to make the world fall to its knees.
Well, I don't want to go that far.
Why not?
That seems awful greedy.
What's wrong with a little greed? Greed's just that love of wealth. You want to be wealthy, don't you?
Sure. Doesn't everybody?
It's a small price to pay, sir, to be the master and not the slave. No one will have such wealth faster, and you'll have everything you crave.
I would love to build a big house
will be known as Stone's Castle, greatest house in all the land. And your wife will be so proud, and your life will be so grand. It's a small price to pay, my friend, for there'll be no richer man. So now pay the price of fame. Take this tract and sign your name.
Hey, but what if I want to be rich for more than 7 years?
Everything's renegotiable. This is my final offer. Take it or leave it.
What the hell? I'll sign it.
Ow! That hurt! Yeah, just sign here. And for 7 years, you won't feel a bit of pain.
I won't?
No. You won't get sick. And you won't get tired. Life will be perfect for you. Now here, go pay off your mortgage. Go ahead, take it. There's more where this came from.
Pay off my mortgage? Yes, I can pay off my mortgage. And then I can go buy some more land. If I do that, I'll need to hire some help. Oh, I'm gonna be rich and live like a king.
Starting today. Now, go find Miser Stevens.
You know Miser Stevens?
Of course I do. Sooner or later, I do business with almost everyone.
Oh, God, thank you, Mr. Scratch.
No thanks necessary. In the end, we all get what we deserve. Now go!
Look out, world! Here comes Jabez Stone.
It's a small price to pay, sir, for the world and all its gold. For such a pittance, what a trifle. Just sign right here. Your soul is sold. Oh, Mary, that was lovely.
Oh, no, thank you. You are a wonderful dancer.
You're too kind.
Oh, Jabez, what kept you?
Miracles, Mary. We're rich. Hey, everybody, look, I'm rich.
Good Lord, son, where'd you get it?
I found it on our farm.
Well, I suppose we better return it to its rightful owner.
It doesn't have one. It's part of the lost Hessian gold. This is our money. Just like you said, out of difficulties grow miracles.
Oh, my.
Hessian gold? Ain't no such thing as Hessian gold.
Oh, yeah? Take a gander at that. You doubt me?
Oh my lord, it's true, it is the lost Hessian gold.
No, it ain't. It's my gold. Because it's treasure. And treasure's finders keepers. And that's the law. Isn't that right, Mr. Webster?
Well, I suppose so.
After this fact.
My God, that's a lot of money.
And there's more. Mary, you can have anything you want. Just name it. I'm going to buy you all the happiness you can stand.
You cannot buy happiness, son.
Oh, I can. I'm as rich as Croesus.
Well, being rich and being happy can be two different things, Jabez.
Not if I make everybody happy. Not if I help everybody get out from underneath the thumb of old Miser Stevens. Well, we could make this the richest valley in America.
How are you gonna do that, Jabez?
Listen to me, friends and neighbors, gotta tell on this fine day. Fate has smiled upon me, showered wealth down on me on this come and get it day. I've been singled out to do wondrous things. I've been singled out to live just like a king. Don't be jealous of me, don't be mad, tell you what I'm gonna do. I I'm not really gonna help you, gonna give you everything you're due. So trust in me, one and all. There's gold enough for us all. Two could be rich. Just wait and see. It happened to me. You can borrow from me now and later, and you'll get lots of time to pay. Fate will smile on you, shower of them on you. Just do everything I say. Two could be rich. It's easy as can be. I'll lend you enough to live just like a king. Don't be jealous of him, don't be mad. Tell you what he's gonna do. He won't be greedy, gonna help us be decent if we all gonna get our due. So just tell him he's gonna go for us all. So trust in him and the love he riches in.
Hi, Jabez. Maybe we better go home and discuss this.
Go home, nothing. Tonight we're gonna drink and dance the night away.
Oh, Mary's right, son. I think the two of you, we should go home, and the two of you just need to settle down and decide what to do. Right, Daniel?
Well, I don't know. I think a little celebration might be in order. I mean, you don't find a fortune every day.
There, you see? I'm gonna celebrate, Daniel's gonna join me, right?
No, there's something godless about all this. I think you just need to talk this all out. Now, right, Mary?
Well, I suppose a little celebration could be in order.
Little, nothing. Tonight, we're gonna howl at the moon.
You and Daniel Webster can howl at the moon. I'm gonna take Mama and young Daniel home.
Now, who's being all dark and moody?
I don't know. Is this really the miracle?
Yes, and we should celebrate with our friends and neighbors.
Now, Jabez, wait. Let her get that child and Mama home. Mama, you leave Jabez here with me. You'll be fine. I'll keep my eye on him.
There. You can count on me. I'll be home before the moon is in the west. But wait. Go put this someplace safe, okay? Oh, Miser Stevens!
Who said that?
Miser Stevens. That is what everybody calls you.
I don't care what they call me as long as they pay me on time, Jabez Stone. So where's the mortgage payment? Pay up or I'll have the sheriff on you in a blink of an eye.
Oh, Miser Stevens, don't bring the sheriff down on me. Think of my wife. Think of our baby. Where would we go if we didn't have the farm?
Should have thought of that before you borrowed the money.
Oh, have you no mercy?
Lamar of mercy. Are you going to pay up or not?
Oh, how much do I owe you, you old Shylock?
Same as last month. $3.50.
No. How much do I owe you altogether?
All together? Let me see.
Take your time.
$143.65.
$143.65. Here.
Go. I know these coins.
Then you know they're real. So do we have a deal?
Yes, yes. You don't know how glad
taking the mortgage payments? Don't act like you can't find it. Here, thank you. Hey, everybody, looky here. Just got my mortgage back from old Miser Stevens.
That's on you, jackass!
I'll tell you what, Johnny, tell him to start going, because tonight the Medford rum's on me.
Mr. Stone,
Well, hello there.
Mr. Stone, my name is Belle. Can we talk?
Well, sure, Belle, but call me Chavez. Nobody calls me Mr. Stone.
Oh, but soon everyone will be calling you Mr. Stone. You're going to be a very important man.
Oh, I'll be rich, all right. But I won't be important, not like Daniel Webster.
Oh, but you will be. You'll be the most important man in New England.
Well, I don't know about that. How come I haven't seen you around here before?
I'm from the other side of the mountain.
No, I've never been to the other side of the mountain. Come to think of it, I've never been out of this town.
Oh, it's wonderful. There you can say and do whatever you wish. You should go sometime.
I just might. But if you do me a lot of traveling soon, I'd like to leave my little piece of heaven and see the world. I shall go the way of the open sea, to the lands I knew before you came, and the cool ocean breezes shall blow for me the memory of your name. That's a quote my Mary taught me when we first got married. Oh, you know, ever since then I wanted to take her to see the ocean.
I'd rather be the ship that sails and rides the billows wild and free than be the ship that always fails to leave its port and go to sea.
Oh, so you love poetry too?
Oh, yes. I'd rather drive where sea storms blow and be the ship that always fails to make the ports where it would go than be the ship that never sailed.
Oh, my Mary, she's always reading and quoting the Bible and poetry verses. She's the one that got me to discover all its beauty. But surely you didn't come all this way just to talk to me about poetry. What did you want to talk about?
I'm looking for work.
What kind of work?
I'm a widow, and I'm looking for a place to work and stay.
My word, you're too young to be a widow.
That may be true, but I'm a widow just the same. And I can do anything you need. I could be so good to you and your family.
You could?
I could. I would. I'd be so good. I'm the girl who'll do your bidding. I'll do anything. I'm not good and I'm not kidding. Try me
sooner. But they kept me up till almost dawn, drinking and dancing, while I wound up falling asleep in the giant feather bed at the inn. Isn't that right, Belle?
Oh, yes. But he couldn't wait to get home and bring you the presents that he bought.
And who is this little porcelain doll?
Oh, I almost forgot. Belle, this is Mama, and this is my wife, Mary.
Oh, Mary. Oh, you're the one who loves poetry. Yes. How did you know the song I was singing? I know many songs. I made that song up myself. Many songs sound the same.
You should be ashamed of yourself, son. Staying out all night and bringing home this woman. You should have come home like you promised.
You're right, Mama. I could have and I should have. But all these people came to me early this morning wanting to borrow money. So I left it to them all.
Son, a true measure of a man is how he makes his money and how he spends it. I don't think you're measuring up too good right now, if you know what I mean.
You're right again, Mama. What I really wanted to do was to bring you and Mary these nice gifts and introduce you to Belle.
Belle,
Yes, she's going to be working for us. She lost her husband and her baby daughter in a fire, and she needs a place to stay.
Oh, my God. You must be devastated. Oh, please. What's done is done. And I want to start a new life.
You think we can help her, Mama?
I guess we could find something for you.
Oh, thank you. I'm a hard worker. You won't be disappointed.
Oh, no, she can cook, and she can clean, she can sew. She knows all about women's clothing. Well, she can be a wet nurse.
A wet nurse? I do not need a wet nurse. I will nurse my own baby. Thank you very much.
Oh, darling, you're going to be too busy to be tied down to Daniel all the time.
Oh, really? I am?
I'm sure. Now that we're rich, I'm going to be an important leader in this community. And you're going to be my partner right up there with me.
Your partner up there? Where is up there, Jabez?
Well, you're going to be the hostess for the whole town.
They are farmers, Jabez. They don't need a hostess. I want to be your wife and Daniel's mother.
Oh, darling, that'll never change. But there's so much more. Now that we're rich, I thought that having a wet nurse would come in handy for when you and I go traveling.
Traveling? Jabez, you've lost your mind.
No, to the ocean, as we once dreamed. What do you think, Mama? Should I take Mary to see the ocean?
Well, now that you have all this money and some time and someone to help, maybe you could take a little trip. Like a honeymoon.
There, you see?
I'm just saying, it's all quite sudden. And Mama, could you make some tea?
I will take him.
Oh, let me take him so you can be more comfortable.
Oh, no, that's all right. I'll get him.
No. Let's let Belle take him. She's going to be his nurse. Let's see how she does. I'll do fine. I'll show you.
Okay, come on, girl. We'll make some tea. Now, be careful with my grandson.
Don't you worry. I'm very good with babies. Okay, Jabez, I know that you are trying to be helpful, but I think we are getting ahead of ourselves here.
No, I'm just trying to make all our dreams come true. Remember when we recorded and we'd sit out on that stump? We'd talk about all the places we were going to go and the things we were going to do once we got married? You were the one that told me, the world is a book, and those who never travel read only the page. Now, who was it said that?
St. Augustine. But we were young then. Dreaming of traveling was fun. Now we have a farm and a child. There's a time and a place for those dreams.
So dreaming of traveling is just for the young?
No. I got what I dreamed of when I married you. Our farm, our son, our home. I had all that before you found that gold.
Now we can have anything and everything. I want to build for you a big mansion on that hill. It's going to be complete with gardens and fountains. It'll have a view of the whole valley. It'll have a formal dining room, a ballroom, and more bedrooms than you can count.
I don't need a new home. Everything I need is right here.
But aren't you tired of the wind blowing through the windows and under the door, making you so cold I gotta rub your feet just to keep you warm?
I'm tired of the wind, but I love that it brings you to me for the warm embraces and the rubs.
You say that now. But just you wait. Life is going to be so easy. You're going to love it. This really is our miracle.
What's more important, being rich or our being happy?
I think they're kind of one and the same, don't you think?
Don't know. I mean, this is all so sudden, it's kind of frightening.
Frightening? Think about it. Who ever heard of anybody being afraid of being rich?
I know. It sounds strange. Where's God in all this? If we could just ask him what he wants us to do with all this money.
No. No time for prayers. No time to seek out God and find him in all this. I just need you to bear with me and love me while I get the hang of things. You do that for me, won't you?
Since when do you have no time for God?
Well, this being rich, it's busy business.
Jabez, where are you going?
Back up to the inn. There's some men there that say they can make us even richer. Now, up, I want you to think about the ocean and that beautiful new home. And I'll be back before you know it, okay?
Jabez, wait!
Ocean, house, think about that. I'll be back.
Where's he off to in such a hurry?
He's going to see some men at the inn to make us richer. Mama, this gold has really gone to his head.
Yeah, we've only been rich for one day and already I don't like it.
What do you mean, Mama?
There's something strange about all this.
I know that, Mama, but what do you mean? What do you feel?
All this Hessian gold and Jabez running around like a rich fool and that young girl, Belle. I don't know about her.
What's the matter with her? Is Daniel all right?
He's fine. It's just the strangest thing I've ever seen. She laid him in his bed, and she stroked his head a few times and said some strange words to him. I didn't understand it. And then he fell dead asleep.
Well, isn't that marvelous?
Marvelous? Well, it was just like witchcraft.
These poor souls are finally fed up with Jabez Stone. They're ready to try to effect a change upon the landscape. Let's hear what they have to say.
Mr. Webster, we need your help.
What can I do for you?
It's about these mortgages with Jabez Stone.
Well, let me see what we have here.
What we have here is the biggest swindle ever, isn't it?
Now, calm down, folks, calm down. There's no sense in getting angry and saying things we might regret. Why don't you all tell me how you see this while I look over these papers? You said. Let's start with you.
Tom here's right about the mortgage. He's got us all bound up for sure. I work 3 jobs to make a go of it, but how much can one man endure?
He told us he would help us all, that we could all be rich, but now he's living on the hill, and we're stuck here in a ditch.
Something should be done about him. Someone's gotta make him stop. Don't matter how hard you work, he's the one who owned your crops.
I wish to God I'd been more smart, never took his helping gold. If I don't pay up real soon, everything I own is sold.
So you see, we're up against it, 'cause we'll never get ahead. But I'm not giving up my farm, 'cause now see Jabez Stone dead.
There ought to be a law against him. People shouldn't have to pay about their labor and their life's blood. People ought to have a say.
He's got the law on his side, and the banks and brokers too. No telling how much he'll owe before his dealing's through.
So here we stand before you, hoping you can get us on our own, praying that you can help us to break free of Jabez Stone.
I'm sorry, gentlemen, but these mortgages must have been drawn up by the devil himself. He's really got you over barrel here.
Can't you help us, Mr. Webster?
I can't promise anything, but I will go and speak with Jabez Stone and see if I can get him to listen to reason.
God bless you, Mr. Webster.
Now, all of you good folks, pray that the Lord will make Jabez Stone look more kindly on your problems, and I'll see what I can do.
So you see, we're up against it, 'cause we'll never get ahead, but we're not giving up our farms. First we'll see Jabez Stone dead.
Well, if it isn't the prodigal son and his porcelain doll.
Don't you start, Mama.
Mary, you can stick your head
change the truth. What they're doing up there is sinful. I don't know why you haven't left him after 6 years.
I haven't left him because I love him. And I pray every day he will come to his senses. Don't you think I know how you and the others see me? And don't you think I feel like a fool?
When is enough enough?
When I say it is and not before. So mind your manners.
Oh, hello, Mama. Mary. Where's Daniel?
He's sleeping.
Sleeping? You said he'd be ready to go.
He was very tired, so we let him take a nap.
The boy is 6 years old. He does not need to take naps.
He told me you had him up half the night with your drinking and dancing.
It was his birthday, and he was having fun. Wasn't he, Belle?
Oh yes, he had a wonderful time.
Both of you should have been there.
Neither one of us wants anything to do with your den of iniquity.
Mama, it is no such thing. It is a fine home, and I built it for you and Mary and Daniel.
And your little porcelain doll there, don't forget her.
Mary, go get Daniel. We're leaving.
I'll get him.
No, she can do it. Go on, Belle. I know you don't like her.
No, I don't like her. And I just cannot stand to be around her anymore.
Mama, that is enough.
I can't help it. It's about time that I said what I feel. And it's about time that I said it to you. If it weren't for you, Mary, I would have taken his name out of the family Bible.
Mama,
I know what you two are doing up at that house.
there is nothing wrong going on up at that house. Now, you can take my name out of the family Bible, but you just remember there's a big bedroom waiting for you up there on the hill.
And you can give that bedroom to the hogs.
Mary, you don't really think that Belle and I are, you know.
I don't know what to think. What I know is that you live up there with her, and we live down here.
You should be living in that house with me. You're my wife. I built it for you and Daniel, not Belle.
You built it for you. I told you I didn't want it, and you did not hear me. You were too busy with gold and pleasures of the flesh.
I have told you before, Belle does not mean anything to me. You're the woman I love.
If you loved me, you would get rid of her and move back down here where you belong.
I wish I could. But I'm stuck.
Stuck. Never heard it put quite that way before.
Mary, you don't understand. When I first got into all of this, I did not know what I was getting myself into. I just got caught up in it. Then, it feels like I'm forced to do things because of things I've already done, even if I don't want to do them. I don't have the will to stop or change things anymore. I used to think that I was going to be taking over the world. Seems now it's the world's taking over me. I can't explain it. But I'm stuck in my obligation.
What kind of obligations?
Well, let's just say that the people and the businesses I'm involved with, I want to make sure you're not taking advantage of it if I'm no longer around.
No longer around.
I may not always be here to provide for you, but I do want to make sure that you and Daniel are well taken care of. You can understand that, can't you?
No, I can't. Lucas, where are you going?
Back up there. I've said enough already.
No, you haven't. Tell me what this is about.
I don't want to worry you. I do still love you. And I need you to trust me. Truly. I have to go. Good night.
Des, wait, I want to help you. I thought we might share some tea while we're waiting for Daniel to wake up. You want the two of us to take tea together. I thought it would be nice. As nice as ignored the rumors, while you've been up in that house casting your spell on Jabez.
I cast no spells. You have no one to blame but yourself. You abandoned him. You don't want him anymore, so I'm his friend and companion.
Aw, you're much more than a friend and companion.
I am no such thing. You are too proud and selfish to give your man what he needs.
Oh, maybe I was, but I'm not anymore. So you and your lying and your cheating ways are through.
Cheating ways? How dare you think that of me?
Oh, I can think all kinds of things about you.
And what are you thinking about me?
For a long time now, I've been thinking this thing isn't quite right. You two up there dancing, drinking, me down here alone each night.
Don't blame me, this has all been your doing. You're the one who's not right. I'm just out there to be his companion. You're his wife, but you won't stay the night.
Just the companion, is that you? But how can that be? Time has come for you to be a going. I'm gonna get back here with me.
You hold on there, just hold on a minute. I know we're here for you. I'm in charge of things up at the mansion, and I won't leave until he tells me to. Here we are, so sad story. Who will love it then? Will I get to have my day of glory, or will she still steadfast remain? Tell you something you should be a hearing, something you should know. It was you who up and you lost him. It was you who let him go. Yes, but I know that all that is holy. You can't ever win his heart, and the day will come, the affection, when he will take me God's depart. Here we are, sad story. Who will love it then? Will I get to have my day of glory, or will she still steadfast remain? It still was an old sad story. If it's glad and gay, when a man's heart has gone a roaming, will it ever find its way back home again?
I'm always fascinated by the way in which mortals resolve their problems. So often they make my job so easy. Why, shooting fish in a barrel would be harder than reeling in most swords. Ah, here comes the great man himself. Good day, Mr. Webster.
Oh, good day, Mr.
Scratch! Given any thought to running for president lately?
Oh, I'm not presidential material, Mr.
Scratch, Mr. Webster. Come, sit and enjoy the day.
Oh, I wish I could, but I have pressing business down that road.
No time for a fine Cuban cigar?
Cuban, you say? That Yes, tempted, but no.
Too bad, I have some Medford rum here too.
Medford rum, you say?
There's no finer. Care to join me?
Well, I guess I might take a brief respite and avail myself of your hospitality.
Of course you can. Anything can wait for Cuban cigar, rum.
Oh. Thank you.
So where are you off to in such a hurry?
Well, I have some clients of mine who wish me to speak with a young man who's, quite frankly, taking advantage of them.
Really? You think you'll succeed?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he's a good man, but he seems to be consumed by greed and ambition.
That's a potent combination, greed and ambition. Much like Medford rum and cigars.
Oh, worse. You can leave the rum and cigars behind, but greed and ambition will follow you like your shadow.
Personally, a little bit of greed isn't such a bad thing. And ambition can be a virtue, don't you agree?
Well, perhaps.
But you're an ambitious man. You would have never risen to your station in life if you weren't ambitious.
Well, I guess it does take a lot of hard work. Oh, don't mind if I do.
I mean, what man doesn't dream of a better life? Don't you?
Well, of course, I have dreams. I wouldn't be human if I didn't.
Exactly my point. We all seek a better and richer life. Let's toast to a better and richer life. Here's to wealth and to health and to fame, of course, to more wealth.
Here's to love and to life and a world in which strife isn't rife.
Here's to gold and to wine and to having a hell of a time.
Here's to men of goodwill and to all the great deeds they'll fulfill.
What of you, your goodwill? What makes you thrill in your heart, in your soul? Surely you must have a goal.
Sir, my goal and my dream is of winning the public's esteem.
I could help with that dream, or we make an unbeatable team.
I'm afraid I stand alone. I'm off on a course of my own. My life, in a sense, is for taking the public's defense. But what of you, my good man? Pray tell me of your plan.
Me no, I've no plan. I'm here to take all that I can. Men like us, who are blessed, we're the ones who can outdo the rest.
Well, this is where we disagree. That's not the man I want to be. I'm not here to deceive all the rest. I sincerely hope that you jest.
Sir, can't you see who you are? Touched by fate, you could go very far. Just put your hand in my hand, and the rest of your life will be grand.
My life is grand, just as I am. To act and to say would be a sham, and that's no way to behave, unless, of course, you're a knave.
A knave, no, neither a slave. For greatness you must always be brave. It could all be yours, old and Dan. I think you're one hell of a man.
Hell is what I'm hearing, and your words are what I'm hearing. I've said all that I'll say, and now I'll be on my way.
Wait, what's the fuss? We have much to discuss.
Save your breath time here is done. Can't say it's been much fun. Damn! 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 Jabez! Mary! Anybody home? Hello?
Hello?
Well, hello! And who might you be?
Daniel John Stone.
Well, it's been 2 years since I'd last seen you. I almost didn't recognize you. Look at the size of you. How old are you now?
6.
6 years. Oh. Do you know who I am?
You're Daniel Webster. Grandma told me all about you.
She did?
Yes, you're a senator, and you're my godfather.
Right you are, Daniel. What a clever lad.
Daniel Webster!
Well, hello, Mary.
What are you doing here?
I was hoping to run into Jabez.
Well, he should be along shortly. Come on, we have to get you ready to go.
Why can't I stay here?
Because your daddy wants to take you riding.
I don't want to go riding. I want to stay here.
But riding with your daddy sounds like it would be fun, Daniel.
It is not. She always comes with us, and she's as mean as a snake.
Who, Daniel?
She's his nurse. But when he's here, he won't listen to her, or me, or anyone.
Well, hello, Jabez. I was hoping to run into you.
You were?
Yes, I have a few matters some clients of mine want me to discuss with you. When we have a free moment.
Well, I'm free right now. Mary, you don't mind if I speak with the senator while you get young Daniel ready to go, do you?
Not at all. Take all the time you need.
Get your jacks, boy. Remember, you gotta clean up after yourself.
That's a fine boy you have there, Jabez.
Yes. Thank you, Daniel. Now, what is it to bring you here?
Well, I represent a few of your clients, and I've come to see if you would be a little more lenient with their mortgage payments, considering how times have been lately.
Lenient. Why don't I just tear up their mortgages and forget they owe me anything?
Jabez, these are your friends and neighbors. There's nothing to be gained by ruining them financially.
If they're
remember, they were there for you when you needed them, weren't they?
But if they are ruined financially, it is their own fault and not mine, and I am not required to join them in their poverty.
The good book says, what does it profit a man if he gains the entire world and loses his immortal soul?
To be honest, I haven't read the good book in years. And as for your soul, what good is it? You can't see it, you can't feel it, you can't touch it. I don't even think they exist.
My God. What has happened to you?
I got rich, and I got smart. And I will never be a prisoner of poverty again like those clients of yours.
Seems to me, son, you're a prisoner to your riches. Same difference, don't you think? But at least with the other way, you still had who you are and your soul, and with time and patience, you would succeed as a farmer. But it takes time and patience.
I have neither the time nor the patience for that life. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to collect my son. Danny, let's go. Come on.
Jabez, you're pulling his arm! You've never pulled his arm like that.
And I'll pull it again, because I tell you, when it's time to go, I mean it's time to go. Now, come on.
I want to stay here, Mom.
Jabez, you let him stay.
No. If you want to see more of it, move up to the house with me.
This is our home here.
No, it's not my home anymore. We deserve better.
What happened to the man who had knelt down and hugged his son? And what happened to the man who had come through that door and whirled me around? Where is my husband, Jabez?
I'm right here, like I always been, Mary.
You look like Jabez Stone, but you are not the man I married. I want my Jabez back. job.
Fine. Have it your way. You can stay here, but I'm still the master of my home, and my son comes with me. Come here. Senator, tell those clients of yours I expect their payments on time. Otherwise, I'm going to have the sheriff down on them. Good day. Come on. Come. Hush. Get down these steps.
I'm sorry you had to see that, Daniel.
Mary, can we talk?
Of course.
This must be very difficult for you.
It was in the beginning. To be a wife to a man obsessed with money who's intent on me joining him in his evil ways.
You don't have to live like this. You could leave him.
No, that isn't going to solve the problem. He has a blackness in his soul, and I have to help him get over it.
Mary, I think what should happen is that, you know, Jabez's stone that I just spoke to isn't the same man I spoke to 6 years ago. Why don't you just walk away and see how it affects him?
Would you walk away? See, you never back down from anything. Neither do I. Gold has his mind so clouded, he can't see the harm he's doing. But when he does, I'll be there for him.
It's obvious you love him very much, Mary. But it's been my experience that when people change, they rarely go back to the good person they once were.
Oh, Jabez Stone is in most people. Would you help him?
If only to help you, yes.
Thank you. And when the time comes, I will be in touch.
And I will be here for you, I promise.
Thank you.
Now, I must be on my way. Give my best to Mama Stone.
Oh, I will.
And you take care of yourself, Mary.
I will. Everything's going to be fine. We'll see. All my life you'll be my own.
or two of his associates. I'll leave them to you. I have to do some soul searching.
Good day, Mr. Stone.
Good day, Stevens. What is it brings you out this way?
I'll get right to the point. I'm leaving New Hampshire, and I have a lot of assets I'd like to sell in case I never get back this way again.
Where are you going, Stevens?
As far from here as I can get. I never want to come back again.
What's got into you? Man your age just doesn't run off and sow his wild oats. There's more to this than what you're telling me. You got wind of another financial panic, didn't you? You're trying to sell me a pig and a poke. That's what it is. You got wind of a panic.
Panics don't affect men like us.
Then what is it?
It's Scratch. You know Scratch. You knew him before you did. Made the same deal you did.
But my deal was for 7 years.
And it's almost up, isn't it? But you didn't get an extension like I did.
How'd you get an extension?
You give him the name of someone desperate enough to make a deal with the devil. I gave him yours.
My name?
That's right. You don't think he chose you because you were better than other men.
You're telling me you're the reason Scratch came to me? I don't believe it.
Don't be so naive. You don't believe that Belle you're sleeping with is a poor widow. She works for Scratch, not you.
You're lying.
Why would I lie? He offered her to me once, but I don't like harlots. She's got you under her spell, doesn't she?
She works for Scratch? She's an agent of the devil?
Don't act so shocked. Most people you deal with work for Scratch in one way or another. You wait. You'll give someone up like I did. You'll do the same thing to buy more time, and when you do, make sure you get as far from here as you can before he catches up with you and claims your soul.
But the soul was just supposed to be collateral.
Collateral. Don't you know that when you give up your soul, you're giving up living? Come on, Jabez, you knew in your heart of hearts that when you made the deal, it was with the devil.
I know that now.
Then you know you need to get an extension and get it fast. You'll be crossing the river Styx in no time.
Oh, forget extensions. I want my life back.
You gotta get out of these deals. No getting out, we're doomed.
It can't be. This isn't what I bargained for. How'd it come to this?
Greed, pure and simple.
I wasn't greedy. I was just desperate to pay you my mortgage. I wanted a miracle and didn't much care who offered it.
I know. That's why I threatened to foreclose on you, to make you desperate enough to sell away your soul.
You scheming son of a Shylock.
Good day, gentlemen. Mr. Stevens, I see you're packed. Going somewhere, perhaps? Perhaps leaving the country?
I was planning a short vacation trip now that you mention it.
Where to?
I hadn't decided yet.
Our extended agreement says that you may not leave the immediate area without my permission.
I know. I had no intention of...
Of course you didn't. Because that would be a breach of contract. You wouldn't want that, would you?
No, no.
Then unless there's something else?
No, nothing. I'm leaving. Goodbye, Jabez. Remember what I told you.
Run, rabbit, run! In another hour, I'll be waiting at the crossroads for Mr. Stevens to come tearing up his carriage. I'll deal with him then.
How do you know he'll be at the crossroads?
Because I know things. I can see it in his eyes. I can see it in your eyes. You want something from me, don't you? Well, I'll with it. What is it?
I want to change our bargain.
Can't do that. You can only get an extension.
Now wait, you said we could renegotiate. I bring you something. You give me my soul back, right?
Wrong. You get an extension on our agreement.
But I want it
I
back.
still keep your soul.
No, I want it back.
Of course you do. They all do sooner or later.
Look, surely we can come to some sort of agreement.
I am not a pawnbroker! I don't redeem things! Souls are my stock and trade. Once I have them, I don't give them up.
Well, then I want a really long extension. And I want to be able to travel, too.
Travel? What for? Leave me? You think like Stevens?
No, no.
What are you offering in return for your safe travels?
Same as Stevens. I can give you the names of lots of folks. Make your...
Such as?
John Parker, for one. He's about to default on his loans to me.
Already signed him up. And cheap, too. Who else?
Eli Combs.
I got him, too.
Well, who would you take?
Daniel Webster would be a good one.
Oh, Daniel Webster would never deal with you.
Probably not. But if you want to get an extension on our agreement, you'd better come up with a candidate like him.
If I can't get you him, who would you
How old is that son of yours?
take? Daniel?
Yes, Dan. He's just a boy. Boys grow to men. Why, he could be a military hero or president. Find a cure for cholera. Perhaps all three. And you'd be right there with him to ripe old age. What do you say?
No. You cannot have my son.
Then I guess you don't want the extension.
It must be somebody else.
Daniel Webster.
Anyone else.
Not from you. There's still more than a week left on your contract. You think about it. I'll be around.
Never! Do you hear me? Never! Oh my God. What have I done?
Don't go asking God. You know what you've done. And he can't help you now. Your soul belongs to me. Extension or no extension. Choice. He's up to you.
I won't do it. Do you hear me? I won't do it. At first I thought that I could truly have it all. I never saw the way you set the trap for me to fall. I didn't see this coming. What was I up? All the harm I have done, and indeed this web could ever be unspun. I feel I'm doomed. For I cannot deal with the Mama, where's Daniel?
Didn't you hear the news?
What news?
Well, Mr. Cutler's carriage is in the ditch at the crossroads. Oh, he's dead, Jabez, and his servants are hurt real bad. Mary went to see if she could help.
Stevens was with him? He met him at the crossroads.
Who did?
Nobody. Where's Daniel?
Well, he wanted to go, so Mary took him with her.
So Miser Stevens? He's really dead?
John Cutler came by on his way to fetch the doctor. He found the old miser, and he said his face looked like he'd seen a ghost.
Devil's more like it.
I don't know about that. I never try to speak ill of the dead.
Well, how long ago did Mary leave?
Well, it's been a while. Why don't you go after her?
No, I'm not going out there. I'll wait for her here.
Jabez, what is wrong with you?
Me? Nothing. Nothing's wrong with me.
Well, then why are you pacing like a caged animal?
I have to see Mary. I gotta talk with her.
What about?
I
I don't want to discuss it with anybody but her.
Well, okay. Sure was a shame about old Mr. Stevens. Just goes to show you that you never can tell when your time will come. That's why I always try to be ready to step up and meet my maker.
Mama, don't talk like that. I don't want to hear you talk about meeting your maker. And I don't want to hear you mention Miser Stevens' name in my presence again. Do you hear me?
What's wrong with you, son?
Nothing. I just got a business problem, that's all. It's business.
Money has changed you, son, and not for the better.
What's wrong with having a little money, Mama? Pays the bills, doesn't it?
Money is meant to be used for good. If a man gets money in a bad way and sees a better way to use it, but chooses the wrong way, then I think he's got the devil in his soul.
So you think the devil's in your soul?
You lend money at too high a rate, and people have to pay you and then don't have enough for themselves. Well, I'd say that was the devil's work.
I never charged anybody any more than Miser Stevens.
People thought you'd do better by them than old Miser Stevens. People trusted in you. Man can change, son. That's what makes them different from the barnyard animals. And from what I can see, you are no different.
You think I can change?
But you can change. There's still time.
Then you think I can?
Yes. You just got to stop listening to the jingle of gold and the rustle of French petticoats.
Say what you mean. You're talking about Belle.
I know what the two of you were doing up at that big house.
Mama, I've told you
Now
before there ain't.
listen, son, listen. When I look into your eyes, I see a black mark on your soul. As long as you have that mark there, you are never going to be happy. Now, son, when was the last time you were truly happy?
Young Daniel's christening. Oh, Mama. I want you and Mary Daniel back in my life. I want things the way they were.
Well, that's easy. All you gotta do is get rid of all that money.
Get rid of it.
Yep, you gotta get rid of it. You gotta let it go or the devil will never leave you.
Oh, Mama, if it was only that simple.
Well, it is that simple. Just get rid of all that gold.
All of it?
Yes, all of it. Now, I want you to listen to me, and I want you to heed every word. I don't know if I've been told that the road to hell is paved with gold, with good intentions in all the cracks, and all our sins upon our backs. So, my son, if you want to change, the devil's the one you must estrange. Listen to me, sinner. Devil's gotta let it go.
Oh, it ain't that easy.
Get your soul unsold, gotta let it go. No sense of love, in devil's soul, there's no love. Get your soul free, gotta let it go. Got the devil's soul, gotta let it go. All of it. Get your soul unsold, gotta let it go.
But it's been so easy.
Gotta let go, Lord of a month. In devil's soul, there's no love. Get your soul free, gotta let it go.
Mama, you say you let it go.
Yeah.
But things that you don't know.
What?
Things that make it hard to do. Things of which that were true. Devil's gold has got a curse. Let it go, it'll make things worse. I've got myself a way to be. That price I'd pay will be too steep.
The best thing to do with devil's gold is pass it on. Take devil's gold and make it gold. Before you reach a mistake, you gotta give that gold away. You won't
want you to take all those new dresses and petticoats back up to the house and pack them up with the rest of your clothes and all your other things.
Where are we going?
We aren't going anywhere. But as soon as I get you packed, I want you out of my house.
Bye-bye.
You have money to start over anywhere you want, but you can't stay here.
You can't just send me packing.
Well, you're an agent of the devil, and I want you gone.
Who told you that?
It's not important. It's true, isn't it? You work for Mr. Scratch.
We're friends, and I have done some work for him.
Yeah, and you'll do anything he says. So I want you gone and never come back.
Talk to Scratch. You can't do this to me.
Get off my land, you Delilah.
You have not heard the last of this, Jabez Stone.
I'm sure that's true. But you're through here. I want you gone. Now get a move on.
I'm leaving. But I'll be back. When Scratch comes to put your soul in his little box to torment you.
Oh, you've got to three, you slut of the devil, before I start swinging. Now, one,
Down the broom, she ain't coming back.
Are you sure? You sure you're not going to ask her back?
Mama, can't you see I've changed?
So you have, son. I'm proud of you. I didn't think you could. Shame on me.
What else can I do to show you that I've really changed?
The best thing to do is go on.
good to see him and you. My, but you've grown. You're taller and stronger than I remember. You're almost a man.
Almost. And when I am, I'm going to be just like you.
No. You'll be a much better man than I. You'll be kinder and smarter and a true friend to everyone, now won't you?
Yes, sir.
That's my boy. Now, tell me, were you a big help out there?
Yes, it was good to help those hurt folks.
Yes, it was. And I'm very proud of you. Mary, come closer.
Are you feeling all right, Jabez?
I haven't been for a long time. I think I am now. I've got so much to tell you.
And I want to tell you about the broken wagon and the dead horse.
Hush, Daniel, that's enough about that.
There you are, Mary. Jabez was going to look for you.
Grandma, Mr. Sings is dead. His horse is dead. Not something on the horse.
Mark, slow down, son. You come in the kitchen and tell Grandma all about it.
I want to tell Papa too.
That's all right. Go in with Grandma. I'll be in a little later. You can tell me all about it before you go to bed.
You promise?
I promise. Now go on.
Oh, Grandma.
Oh, okay. You two stay out here. I'll go with you.
Thanks, Mama.
Okay.
Boy, he sure is excited about all this.
Well, it was a lot for a young boy to take in.
So you saw Stevens? He really did?
I helped lay him out.
My God.
Jabez, what is the matter with you? You're white as a sheet.
Nothing. You must be exhausted.
I'm fine. What did you want to talk about?
I don't know where to start.
Well, start wherever you want to.
Well, I let Belle go.
Did you?
Yes. Daniel doesn't need a nurse anymore. She's headed back to the other side of the mountain. Daniel's growing to be a young man. Fine young man he'll be.
No doubt. What about you? Do you still require a nurse?
I've been such a fool.
Oh, yes, you have.
I'm so sorry. Can you ever forgive me? I couldn't blame you if you didn't. But I've never stopped loving you. And I've always tried to do right by you. The devil was in all of this. But I promise you I've changed. Truly. You'll see, I promise.
You know, how long can I expect this change to last? Until another nursemaid or milkmaid or barmaid catches your eye? So here you stand, you wicked man, come to beg my love. What would you have me say? Do you want me to be forgiving? Can I find it in my heart? So without a lack I should take you back and we would start anew. Would you swear on all that's holy that you always would be true to me and you'd never stray again?
The wrongs that I have done, you have been there for me. In my pain, and although I don't deserve it, your devotion's never wane. What can I say? What can I do to undo what's done? Will you help me to change? For I sold my soul for a bag of gold, and my sins are
Only then would I believe in you. Only then could I forgive. For so many days I prayed you would finally see the grave error of your ways.
I miss your warm embrace, your smile, and your gentle touch. I still love you so. But if we must live apart, my love, I'll have only me today. I don't know what else to say to warm your heart in any way. I pray there's some way for you to forgive this awful sin. What a fool I have been.
I knew there'd come a time, my dear, when you'd return to me. So say no more, the deed is done. From now on we live as one. You will always be in my
I sold my soul to the devil.
You did what?
I sold my soul to the devil.
Your soul?
That's how I got the gold. And now if I don't make another deal, he's going to come to collect it.
Collect it? Collect what?
My soul. Unless I give him young Daniel's soul.
Daniel's soul?
Or he'd take Daniel Webster's soul. Otherwise, I'm doomed.
Oh my God, Jabez, what are you gonna do?
I don't know. I need time to think.
You don't have time. Come on.
Where are we going?
First, we are going to the church to ask for God's help. And then we're gonna contact Daniel Webster. And then we are gonna save your damn soul.
You mean you actually sold your soul for 7 years of wealth?
Mr. Scratch just said it was collateral so I could make the deal. And later we could renegotiate.
You have to help him, Daniel. His contract is up tomorrow and then he's doomed.
Steady, Mary, steady. We'll find a way out of this. Do you have anything to put up in place of your soul?
He said he would take young Daniel's soul. Or he'd take yours. He'd really like to get yours in his little black box.
Little box?
Yes. He carries the souls he's taken in a little box. He said he'd have a special one made up just for you.
He did he? Well, we'll see about that.
Daniel, how are you going to save Jabez's soul?
I have to be honest with you, Mama Stone. I've looked over this contract, and this devil Scratch has him in a pair of golden handcuffs.
You mean I'm doomed?
Not yet, not yet. We just have to find a way to beat the devil at his own game, and we will.
Good evening, neighbors. Just the folks I wanted to see.
Is that he?
That's him.
Good evening, Mr. Webster.
Do I know you?
I'm sure that Jabez Stone has told you all about me.
Well, you might say that. What brings you here today?
I have business with Jabez Stone.
Well, I'm Mr. Stone's attorney.
It's nothing that would require a lawyer of your stature.
Mr. Stone has engaged me to negotiate for him.
No need to. I have a contract. Has he shown it to you?
Oh, yes. It's a fine piece of skullduggery and chicanery as I've ever seen.
Coming from a politician, I'll take that as a compliment.
You were willing to renegotiate before, weren't you?
Yes, but he wouldn't agree to my terms.
You mean he wouldn't sell you his son's soul?
The actual replacement for collateral hadn't been decided upon, but it was something along those lines.
And you expected him to agree to those terms?
Yes, or pay me what he owes me.
You mean surrender his soul?
Those were the terms, all legal and binding.
Well, in order to surrender his soul, he would have to forfeit his life, wouldn't he?
I suppose so. But he knew what he was getting into.
I did not. He hornswoggled me.
Slavery is illegal in New Hampshire, Mr. Scratch.
He's no slave. He entered into this agreement on his own free will and was handsomely paid.
Still, you can't own a man's soul without his body. And you can't own a man's body in New Hampshire.
Is that so? Well, a deal's a deal. And this contract is airtight and would hold up in any court in New Hampshire.
Fine, then let's put it to a test.
Don't have to.
Why not? What, we'll sue. We demand a trial.
A trial? That's ridiculous.
Not at all. Jabez Stone is an American citizen. And you are an agent of a foreign power. You have no jurisdiction over him. So this contract is invalid.
I'm no foreigner. I've been around these parts since the first settlers came ashore. I was on the beach waiting for them. Why, I'm as American as apple pie. And as original sin.
That if you are, I stand upon the Constitution and demand to have this case heard by a judge and jury of his peers.
His peers? Are you sure you want them to be his peers?
As long as it's an American judge and an American jury, we'll abide by their verdict.
But Daniel, what if he loses?
You can't trust him, Daniel.
Don't worry, you can trust me. I know what I'm doing.
Come on, Mary, let's get the neighbors.
So you think you're going to stack the jury with your friends and neighbors, do you?
Or who else would we get?
Who else indeed, madame?
Come on, Mary. I want the whole town to see who this devil is, out of the shadows and into the light. When this trial is over, mister, we're going to ride you out on a rail. Come on.
If you win, I'll gladly go. But if you lose, I won't leave you alone.
Jabez,
I'll be fine, Mary. Go on.
I hope you burn in hell.
It's not as bad as you think.
Well, Mr. Scratch, how do you propose to begin?
It's all the same to you. Like to get on with this and have it over and done with by the time they get back from the neighbors.
But what about the jury?
The jury of his peers, was it not? Let us even have a few of your friends and neighbors sprinkled in. Shall we proceed?
No, not yet.
Yes, let's get on with it, Jabez.
But don't we need to talk more and prepare?
We're as prepared as I need to be. You know, they say it takes 3 devils to cheat in New Hampshire. How did just one hoodwink you?
Order in the court!
What court? This is my farm, not a court.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Hawthorne, late of the Salem witch trials, shall preside.
Judge Hawthorne, Scratch?
You wanted an American judge, and he's my choice. And now for the jury. You may recognize a few of these men, Jabez. Now here's Miser Stevens, fresh from his own judgment day. And your old neighbors, Eli Plummer and Homer Kroll, former clients of mine.
They can't be jurors, they're dead.
So they're deceased, and so will you soon be soon enough. You wanted America's neighbors, and they fit the bill.
Your Honor, don't we have the right to excuse jurors?
Request denied. It would only be a waste of time. Let's get on with this.
Of course, Your Honor. Next juror is that famous American, Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard the Pirate.
Your Honor, I object. This man was a criminal.
Objection overruled. Next.
Next is that famous military hero, General Benedict Arnold.
I object. This man was a traitor.
Overruled. The juror will sit.
And finally, former Vice President Aaron Burr,
I didn't expect to find him here.
How do you think a rascal like him got to be vice president? I always told you I could do great things for you.
Your Honor, that's only 6 jurors.
Oh, 6 is just fine. Are you the plaintiff?
No, I'm Daniel Webster. I'm the lawyer for the plaintiff, Jabez Stone.
Oh, which makes you the defendant.
Yes, Your Honor. I have this contract I entered into with the plaintiff, in which I was to provide 7 years of untold wealth and good fortune in return for the plaintiff's soul.
Did you provide what you promised?
I did, Your Honor.
Then, why are we here?
Because the defendant deceived my client when he entered into this contract. It was entered into without full disclosure of all the details.
Is that his signature on there?
It is, Your Honor. It is.
Caveat emptor. Let the buyer beware.
I object, Your Honor.
Overruled. Now, let's get to closing arguments.
Your Honor, I rest my case.
Are you done?
No, I wish to address the jury.
Jabez, we're here. The whole town is here.
It's my court, madam. Silence in my court!
Your court?
Yes, my court. Sit down and quiet down a lot, you, or I'll hold you over contempt. Now, can we get on with this, counselor, and proceed to the sentencing?
Sentencing? Don't you mean the verdict?
Same difference. Now get on with it so I can charge the jury.
You seem to have the deck stacked in your favor.
Never go to trial unless you already know the verdict, counselor.
Well, I usually don't. But in your case, I'll make an exception.
Lead on. I'm looking forward to this.
And I'm looking forward to getting done.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll be as brief as possible. Gentlemen of the jury, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Daniel Webster. I was born here in New Hampshire, but I presently live in Massachusetts, where I am proud to serve as a United States Senator.
Will limit his remarks to the case at hand or shut his trap.
Yes, Your Honor. His Honor is absolutely right. This trial isn't about me, and it isn't about you. This trial is about Jabez Stone, a fine young man, a husband, a father, and a hard-working farmer who, in a moment of desperation, made a terrible mistake. He made a deal here with Mr. Scratch without fully understanding the consequences of his actions.
Get to the point, counselor.
The point is, Jabez Stone did not know his soul was being used for anything but a symbolic collateral because he was destitute. He never bargained to forfeit his life with his soul. Now all of you men knew exactly who you were dealing with when you struck your deals with the devil. Yes, the devil! Let's not beat around the bush here. You knew exactly who you were dealing with. Am I right? Yes, I'm right. I can see it in your eyes, even though you can't admit it to this court. You are a band of brigands and scoundrels and traitors. But you chose to be who you were of your own free will. I submit to you that Jabez Stone was deceived and hoodwinked and tempted to his fate without understanding of the damage he was doing to himself and to others.
Are you finished?
No, Your Honor, I'm not.
Too bad. because now it's time to send this case to the jury.
One moment, Your Honor.
Now what?
I haven't finished my summation.
Then, get on with it, Counselor, and make it quick.
Gentlemen of the jury, there is no legal precedence that requires that you find Jabez Stone guilty. Wouldn't you love to be in his shoes right now? Wouldn't you love one more chance to save your souls at a fair trial of your peers? Benedict Arnold, you could have been as famous as Washington. Don't you regret the course that you've taken? And Aaron Burr, you could have been president if you hadn't cast your lot with Mr. Scratch here. Well, I'll bet all of you would love to have one more chance to save your souls and change your fates. Why can't you grant that opportunity to Jabez Stone? He wasn't evil. He was misguided. But he has found the way again. Give him the chance to rebuild his life that Mr. Scratch would not give to you. Show the devil that a good deed can be done even from the depths of hell. Gentlemen, I beseech you, spare the soul of Jabez Stone.
Spare the soul of Jabez Stone, and you will all pay dearly.
Don't listen to him. You will never hold the power that you hold right now. Use it for good and spite the devil. Redeem yourselves in the eyes of your countrymen.
And that, Mr. Webster, concludes your summation.
Very well, Your Honor.
Has the jury reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
Then out with it.
We find Jabez Stone
guilty. Your Honor, I move that the verdict be put aside. Your Honor, I demand to speak to you.
Hold your tongue! And that goes for the rest of you. No! I want silence. That's better. The plaintiff, having been found guilty, we shall now move on to the sentencing.
Your Honor, I would like to request a short recess, so I may speak with Mr. Scratch here privately.
Request denied.
Wait, Your Honor. I would mind speaking with Mr. Webster.
Well, in that case, Mr. Scratch, take all the time you need.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let's go somewhere where we won't be overheard.
Not a problem.
Very impressive.
I hate resorting to cheap, demonic tricks. Sometimes they come in handy. What's on your mind, Webster?
Well, it's been a foregone conclusion that this judge and jury were going to do exactly what you wanted them to do, and nothing I said or did was going to make a difference.
Never go to trial unless you're certain of winning.
We didn't lose. We were stampeded.
You wanted a trial by American judge and jury, and that's what you got. Get to the point of all this.
The point is, I still want you to give Jabez Stone back his soul and to leave all these people alone.
Why would I ever do that?
Because it's my soul you're really after, not his.
You mean to say you trade your soul for his?
Oh, no. You'd have to pay a much higher price than just letting go of Jabez Stone.
Name your price.
Well, first of all, I want you to release Jabez Stone from his contract, and then you swear to never bother him or his family or any of the good people in these parts again.
That's all you want for your soul?
No, that's just part of it. Look at Now, will you give Jabez back his soul?
Never been done before. This is an unusual case. Seeing as you're willing to put your soul up for sale, I think we can come to an agreement.
Fine, then release him.
Really?
You know what I want.
What do you want for your soul?
Well, I just told you know what I want.
President Daniel Webster! I knew you couldn't resist.
Well, if I'm going to hell, I might as well enjoy the ride.
So what's your plan?
I've no plan. I've no plan. We're just here to take all that we can. And with you, who are blessed, we're the ones who can outdo the rest. I now see who we are. Touch by faith, we can go very far. With my life in your hands, the rest of my life will be grand.
Here's to wealth, here's to wealth, here's to fame and to love and to health. Here's to life on the stump and to having one hell of a romp. Here's to gold and to fame and to making the most of your day. Here's to you and the thrill of working on Capitol Hill. Oh, you'll be the greatest president this country will ever have. Just give me a few moments to modify a contract.
Oh, no, none of your written contracts now.
What?
Well, I've seen the likes of your written contracts. And as a lawyer, I can tell you, we'd spend the rest of my life finalizing such a document.
But I have to have a contract.
Are you a man of your word? Will you deliver what you promise?
You know I will.
Well, I'm a man of my word, too. And I swear to you that the day that I take the oath of office as President of the United States, I'll sign whatever contract you want.
The election is
Will you shake on it?
The election isn't for almost 2 years.
Well, think of the grand old time we'll have getting out the vote.
We'll go on the stump together. You'll introduce me to all your important friends.
Oh, the day I become a candidate, ooh, you'll have carte blanche.
This could be more lucrative than I ever thought. Possibilities are endless.
Do we have a deal? Will you shake on it?
It's a deal.
Fine. Now what about Jabez Stone?
Yeah, can't forget about him.
Ordering the court. Order. I'm about to sentence the plaintiff.
Wait, before you do so, Your Honor, may we have a word?
Of course, Mr. Scratch. All right. The plaintiff will rise. The plaintiff will rise! Silence, or I will impose the sentence. Jabez Stone, you have been found guilty by a jury of your peers. Therefore, I sentence you to return to Mr. Scratch all the money and lands you acquired from your arrangement with him, keeping only your original farm and enough money to provide for your family and full the spring planting. In return, Mr. Scratch will void the contract he has with you, and you may keep your miserable soul.
Hallelujah! There is a point of order.
Our what?
Well, as part of our agreement, Mr. Scratch has sworn never to bother Jabez Stone, his family, or any of the people in these parts, and to never return to this area again. This should be made part of the official court record.
Did you
Gladly. Let the record stand.
The record stands. Case closed.
Oh, now we all have Daniel Webster.
God bless you, Daniel.
Oh, yes, yes.
How did you give me back my soul, Daniel?
Oh, just traded him my soul for yours.
You can't do that. Scratch, we had a deal.
Yes, a deal's a deal. But this one was too tempting to pass up. I traded a dozen farm boys like you, Jabez, for one Daniel Webster.
Daniel, no.
You can't do this. I won't let you do this for me.
It's too late. A deal's been done. Mr. Webster and I will be leaving to go on the stump tomorrow, and I hope you all get out to vote for him.
You can't go stomping around with this devil. It ain't right.
Don't worry, Mama Stone, don't worry. I have no intention of stomping around with the devil's monkey boy.
Monkey boy! We have a deal, mister.
Yes, we do, and I swear that if I ever, I say ever, become president of the United States, I will abide by the contract, forfeit my soul as I swore I would.
You will?
Absolutely, if I ever become president. But that will never happen.
What do you mean?
Well, I've just decided. I don't want to be president badly enough to forfeit my soul. So I'll just remain a senator as long as the good people still want me.
Yeah! You can't do that! That's cheating! I want it so bad!
No, you can't have it back. That deal was separate from ours. He was found guilty and sentenced by your judge, and the case was closed. Even you know you can't find a man guilty for the same crime twice.
Do you know who you're dealing with?
I certainly do. And I can tell you, you will never have the best of me or anyone else I know. You've been exposed for the devil you are, and you better get out of here before they tar and feather you.
You haven't seen the last of me, Daniel Webster.
Oh, I'm sure I haven't. But I'm sure I'll probably see you in the halls of Congress. Or every inn and tavern I enter. But I will recognize you. And you will never have the best of me or anyone else I know. Now you better get out of here, you scrawny excuse for Beelzebub, before they come and run you out of town.
You think you can give it to me?
You have no more control here, Mr. Scratch. Your days of snatching souls in New England are over. Let's get out of here while you still can.
Let's head down the road, Dolores!
And the monkeys.
You boys and girls, we got the best of them.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
We got the best of that old devil. Praise the Lord.
So when that devil calls your name, you got to put old Scratch to shame. Don't sell your soul to the devil for wealth or fame.
There's no free lunch until heaven, so they say.
Always say.
There's no free lunch on that road along the way. If you want to get to glory, go listen to the devil's story. No free lunch for you reach that judgment day.
Short cuts on that road along the way. There's no detours on that road. Hear what I say.
Sing it, Jabez.
The straight and narrow's the only way. Don't you be led astray. No shortcuts nor detours on your way.
Got the best of that old devil, praise the Lord. We got the best of that old devil, praise the Lord.
Good people here to say, if you want to reach that judgment day, you gotta cast out the old devil when he comes your way.
Cast him out, gotta beat him down.
a lot. You, sir? Madame? You know, I'm almost certain that I have some of you right here in my little book. Let me check here. Let's see. Today is Thursday, September 29th. Ah, here it is, here it is. Mr. Brown. Is there Mr. Brown in the audience?
No, not me. You got the wrong man.
Mr. Brown! No, Mr. Brown, let's have a chat. Let's have a nice, friendly chat about your future. I'll see him at the bar later on tonight. I'll be by.